Welcome everyone. So the runes you want to take are as follows. Fleet for your keystone, since this will help you playing the sustain game in lane and helps you getting your spell thief stacks and then running away to safety very easily. Next, go Triumph, since it's the only good one in the row and gives you extra gold to buy your items faster, which you'll need since we're buying a proper mythic rather than a support one. Then take Tenacity if they have a lot of CC. If not, then you can go Alacrity to help you get your meeps off faster. And lastly, go Coup de Grace to help you knock out those low HP enemies, but if you prefer Last Stand, then by all means take that. Now for your secondary, take Conditioning, because Bard's mid-game is his strongest point in the game, so taking this will enable him even more. Then go on Flinching if they have CC, but otherwise you can go Overgrowth, since HP is the best stat to help survive lane. And for your rune shards, go attack speed to help you throw out your meeps faster, and then go armor HP just to help you survive lane against the enemy AD. So for the build, you'll want to take Stealthy's Edge, of course, then go Swifties every game since we don't take Relentless Hunter anymore, and we are building a more expensive mythic now, so the extra gold we save from building these birds will help us buy it faster. Now for your mythic, go Radiant Virtue for the OP amount of ability haste your allies get when you use your ultimate. Your next choice is either Randuin's for when you verse heavy crit teams, Force of Nature for heavy AP teams, or Dead Man's Plate for heavy AD teams with no crit. Then you can go one of the three mentioned before, or even Athena's Chains if your enemy has one strong carry they are heavily relying on and isn't covered by the item you just built. But if you have a carry you are heavily relying on, then take Knight's Vow to help peel for them. And for the last item, go Gargoyle Stoneplate every game since you'll have so many resistances and it helps you scale with them. So the first tip I have is Q Flash. So rather than Flash Qing, which gives them a lot of time to react, Q first, then Flash to make it harder for them to react. Next is using your ultimate to stop Herald charges and saving towers, just like in this clip here. Now, you can use your E on the way to lane, so you can get there faster, or even as a escape if you are getting ganked, and also for helping you set up ganks for your team. Now, if you don't know what chimes are, they are these things, and they spawn all over the map, so when you collect them, they give you XP, mana, a small amount of movement speed when you pick them up, and increase your meep damage. Now, you should be able to collect 3 chimes before you get to lane, since 2 spawn at 30 seconds, and a third one at 1 minute 15. By getting all 3 of them, you will need to kill 1 full wave and 2 melee minions to get level 2 rather than the usual full wave plus 3 melee minions. Now, during the laning phase, you want to play the sustain game since you have a heal in your W. So, whenever the enemy ADC walks up to CS, try with an auto in so that it's not a free minion. And if the ADC decides to auto you, you receive gold plus damage on the enemy, while if they auto you instead of the minion, they get damage on you, which you can heal with your W, so they miss out on the minion gold, so either way, you win out on that trade. Even if you're versing a support playing Relic Shield, make sure you are autoing and getting as much poke on them as you can while they look to try CS. Now, if you receive level 2 first, definitely try to fight since you will have an extra ability than your opponent, so you'll win the fight. But if the enemy backs off and respects the potential level 2 fight, try to zone them from the wave and denying them gold and XP if able. Make sure to play around champions' main abilities, like if you miss your Q, don't be aggressive because you are kinda useless in fights without it, but if your opponent is say Thresh and he misses his hook, force a fight because he's missing his key CC ability. Also, don't forget to use E to get to lane faster. When you get the lane shoved like this, make sure you are moving in and putting wards in the enemy jungle, or roaming and getting the team kills, but most importantly, be picking up your chimes as you move around the map. Now, if you do get your mid kill, make sure to shove in the wave so they can look to reset and not miss out on XP or gold, and it denies the enemy XP and gold since the wave will die to the tower and the enemy will be out of lane. When the wave is shoved like this and you are on a reset, this is a great time for you to roam since the wave is shoving back to you, and we know this because the wave is closer to the enemy's base than ours, so their minions will get there quicker and kill ours faster, which will lead their wave to shove back to us, so we can look to roam here and miss out on little to no XP. Now, during the mid game, you want to be utilizing your portal by killing overextended enemies and shoving in all 3 lanes before you go for an objective so that neither of your teammates miss out on XP or gold. Now, once you're in the late game, a lot of the time to finish out a game, you want to do a 1-3-1 or a 4-1, so with this, you have someone in a side lane, and essentially when the enemy team forces a fight on the solo laner or your 4-man, The lane that isn't being forced on just hard shoves their lane and trades kills for towers/inhibs. But if you are being 4-1'd with trim top and your team bot side take the 4v5, you have numbers advantage and should win, then be able to get Dragon or Baron, which will be a trade-off for the towers they get from the split pusher, and you can't be indecisive and let the enemies 4-1, because the longer you leave the split pusher alone, the worse it gets, so just go for it.